Hello people of the internet, it's Amanda, and if you're new here on my channel, I usually talk about Japanese dramas, movies, entertainment. Sometimes I tap into other Asian pop culture topics as well, but one of my favorite topics of all time here on my channel is No.O. So I've been a fan of Sho, Kishi, and Jin ever since they were in KP. I've done videos on KP before, and I've been doing a lot of No.O videos recently, especially after they formed their new unit. There's just a lot of exciting things happening that I feel like, I've taken a break in terms of watching a lot of stuff lately, and I've been making a lot of No.O content, but that's just how it is. I mean, this channel has always been about, what sparks my interest at the moment, what makes me really excited, because that's what puts enthusiasm into my videos. And so that's why, you can expect a lot more of No.O content here on this channel. I haven't made content in a while, but if you've seen my community posts and my shorts or my TikTok recently, or if you follow me on Twitter or X, then you would know that I've been in Japan, and I went to see almost all of Sho's ads in Tokyo. Like, my trip coincided with the duration of when most of his ads are out there, especially in Shibuya and Shinjuku. So it was really fun. Even unintentionally, whenever I have to go somewhere, I have to pass by Shibuya and Shinjuku, I see his face. And around my last couple of days there, I was also able to take a photo with their Suntory beer ball ad in Tower Records, which is super exciting. I thought that I was gonna miss it, but I was still able to take a photo with the ad featuring the three of them, so that was really cool. But yeah, it's just super exciting, and I didn't expect that just days after I came back here in the Philippines, they would announce that apart from three other cities like Barcelona, Jakarta, and Bangkok, they would also be having a billboard here in Manila. And I live near where the billboard is gonna be. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna be able to see it in person, because of just schedule and stuff like that. It'll be in around Guadalupe and Orense area in EDSA, which is one of the biggest, the busiest highways that we have here in the metro. And that's just super exciting. It'll be here for 3 days. I think I've said that. But it'll be here 3 days. Super, super excited about that. And I'm just really happy that they're getting the promotion that they deserve, not just within Japan, but in different parts of the world as well. And I don't know, the idea of that, just being able to take photos of billboards in their home country, and then now my home country is gonna host a billboard of them as well. I'm just really, really super happy and hyped about that. And yeah, me and my friends used to just joke about, having their billboard here somewhere in the metro, and now we don't have to joke about it anymore. It's real. There's that. Wow, okay. That got me really, really excited. But anyways, 4 days of video, so you've seen the title. We're gonna be talking about their music station MSTE performance of Bon. It was the debut performance of that particular song, as well as, just a stage performance of it. And right now, because ever since they started this new journey, new unit, new agency, it's quite unpredictable the way that they're promoting stuff, because before we kind of know the pattern of it. They would release something first, it would be promoted in different TV shows and stuff like that. But for this one, we've had performances where, for Bon, for example, we didn't have a clue yet as to what it's gonna be, because they debuted it first in a music show, and then that's when they announced that there's gonna be a music video for it, etc., and stuff like that. And it's just super exciting because diving into that, only a couple of things were revealed about Bon, and I think it was just a day or like a couple of hours before the actual performance that number one, Sho was the one who produced the song. So right now with number I, they're really hands-on with their music, that each of them are assigned songs within the releases where they were the ones who are producing it, who are kind of like in charge of it, without really restricting them in that particular sphere, and everyone still has like equal input into the matter. It's just that someone is kind of like in charge of what that song is gonna be. And for Bon, it's Sho, and he, aside from the choreography, he also helped arrange the song and all this and all that. And he, like, the way that the songs that he's produced in the past, and as well as other stage related productions that he's done. So there's Focus, which is one of my favorite songs until now. Biases aside, I do feel like he's done a good job in terms of just the concept of that song, the way that, and I think it resonated well with a lot of people, considering that it's one of the top voted songs in their Venue 101 performance, as well as Mr. 5 back then. It's a beloved song, and he did such a good job with that. And then there's also the choreography for Ring Ding Dong. There's Na Na Na, which he choreographed with Kaito before. And there's also the block that he directed in the Mr. Dome performance with Na 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 and the remix of Magic Touch and Namayo Shiete, which remains to be one of my favorite concert blocks that they've done back during their Kimpari Gonyin era. He has such a knack for production that I knew Bon was going to be spectacular. It's just that I didn't know what it was gonna be like at all. Because again, there's just so little information that came into it. And so the actual performance that happened in MST or Music Station. Now, I couldn't show like the full performance the way that I usually do here because of copyright reasons, but I'll still show like parts of it blurred somewhere along the screen, along with like the muted audio and stuff like that, and I hope that you can still enjoy the commentary that I will do along with it. But yeah, so without further ado, let's just get to it. Starting off with this, sorry, before we dive into the actual performance, I just have to say as well, Sho debuting his new hair with the silver and black mesh. He really does know how to switch things up. Like, it's his idol energy, like that star energy of just like debuting this new look every single time that has to match with the vibe of whatever it is that we're releasing. That's just one of the things that I really like about him, is before with Ichiban with the silver hair and the black, like he just knows how to like be that presence, and I absolutely love their costumes here as well. Again, it's a combination of traditional kind of like Japanese vibes with the roots on the side, considering the bonsai inspiration for Bon, but there's also like hip-hop elements to it. Very well thought out concept. The floor work in the intro, and the way that they did this, like the low register of the vocals in the intro, and I think Jin has talked about this in their recent interview in another YouTube channel, where he was surprised that Sho can go in that particular low tone. They are incorporating this here a lot and really tapping into that hip-hop energy. And it's not just gibberish rap, which is very prominent as well with GOAT and FUJI. Like this, like Bon's entire lyrics also follows the same tone of this both aspiration and knowing that you are aiming to be the greatest of all time, that you have high aspirations and there's nothing wrong with dreaming big and just going after that. And this relationship between the fans and Number I, like they kind of like encapsulate that in those 3 songs so far. And to say that this, along with Fuji and GOAT, kind of like defines who they are as a group at the moment, I think they're doing such a good job in terms of creating that identity through these songs. And again, I like that what they're saying in this song is, you know, they're not being confined in such boxes of who they are as artists, and these are their aspirations, and they hope that people can share these aspirations with them. And it's created in this form of, like, again, a hip-hop track that has very interesting elements, which I'll be discussing just in a bit. This part with Kishi right here is very similar to how they did it with GOAT, with the switch up of the tune. Now, I remember in my GOAT review, I said that I didn't like that bit as much, but noticing the way that they're utilizing Kishi's vocals and how they are injecting these unique transitions and rhythms into their music nowadays to not make it a stereotypical hip-hop song or rap song is amazing. Like, Kishi, as compared to Sho and Jin's vocals, which are equally as good as well, Kishi has a unique tone to his vocals as well, and I think they're putting that to good use in their recent releases, like with GOAT, Fuji, and Bon so far. And yeah, like their singing voices are great. Like being a fan of them for almost 6 years now, I can attest to just their growth, even if they started off really good already. But the way with their new sound, their new music, the way that they're doing it now, also helps explore like other aspects, unique aspects to their vocals and how they're utilizing it, which is super, super amazing. And then Kishi switches up down here, like, and then this part with Jin, like it has this vibe of South Asian music that is also prominent in like East Asian sounds. So again, this culmination of like different inspirations and the way that they're really like crossing, like they've talked about this before, where they said that music kind of like crosses beyond just language. You know, you resonate with music sometimes even if you don't understand the words directly, and there's something about like that's a beauty of music, and that's a beauty of art in general. And that's what they're doing with their music right now, is they're not really tapping into, like they're showing that this is what their music is like, their take on J-pop, without necessarily pandering on just stereotypical Western commercial sounds to be able to cross that. And I think that's a reason why a lot of people were drawn to GOAT, even with reactors and stuff like that, is because it's something that's new and fresh. And I hope that Bon also resonates as well with a newer type of audience, because this is something that is, again, something familiar in a sense that it has elements that we already know, which is again J-pop, hip-hop, all these other things. But they also introduce mixing it into other like Eastern, South Asian sounds that, yeah, again combines like traditional types of rhythm with something fresh and new and familiar and all these other things. And I think they're doing such a good job. And to know that Sho is part of creating the arrangement for this just makes me so proud of Shoshotan. And I'm really happy that him, as well as Kishi and Jin, are being allowed to explore this side of their talents now. So yeah. And I like this, like the way that there are sharp movements and then, but there's these like soft moments in the choreography. And again, the lyrics, even if it's rap, hip-hop, it's not. The way that they switch up these rhythms, so good. Oh my god. Okay, now we've reached the chorus. So again, I couldn't show it like just full on, but the part where it's about like the Bon chest pump move, I saw a lot of people, and myself included, when Sho was talking about the choreography for this one, he said that the choreography for the chorus is easy to follow to, it's simple, everything like that. And then a lot of people saw this, and I think a lot of people loved this part of the choreography, but they were also saying like it's not easy. It's easy probably for the three of them because they've been doing this for so long. They've danced a lot of like intense choreography in the past. Nothing about this chest pump is easy, but they make it look so effortless, and I absolutely love how it just simmers to the music. You know, it's not all, again, too dynamic or anything like that, which is something that I've always loved about their choreography so far. Especially with the choreographies that Sho's done in the past, it's not all high intensive, one note all the way through. It's not just one smooth vibe. There's always a part of it that kind of like simmers and slows down, and then it gives you back to that high intense dynamic, and then it shifts again. And that's the same with Bon, and I absolutely love this. They look so good in this part too, so there's also that. Oh my god, they also look so good in this performance, plus the camera work. Like, out of everything, like all their performances so far, even in the music videos, music shows, etc., and I know how involved they are when it comes to, you know, their performances, the way that they also coordinate how the camera, how they would have that relationship in the camera as they are performing is part of the entire production, the part of the entire experience of what they're doing so far. And again, I just absolutely love it, and I think that shows how much of a difference does it make when an artist is really involved in the kind of music and production and creativity that they put out there. There's a lot of like thought and feeling that goes into it, and the details. And this is just a first performance of Bon. I'm sure that if they perform this after with a couple more, this would change up even more. This would evolve even more, which is what they've done with GOAT, with Blow Your Cover so far. Like, there's a lot of like variations and growth in just the same song being performed over and over again because of how meticulous they are with the material that they're producing, because this is something that they are 100%, 300% involved in. So, and what's important is it just shows that they're just having so much fun with it. Oh my god. The way that that switch up between each of them delivering their lines, and then it kind of like that breathy silence to it, and then they kind of like snap into this part of like a dance break. And there, like, it has like these quiet moments, and then it transitions into fast dynamic moments. Just the buildup of that, so good. And again, this is something prominent, like the shapes and the styles and the cleanliness of the choreography is something that has always been part of Sho's identity as a dancer that I've observed as a fan for so long. But I like that even with that, Kishi and Jin's own styles are also kind of like seeping through these performances as well, and being kept unique in these performances without it looking too cluttered. Like, they have a way of creating choreography, which again I appreciate when it comes to them working with other choreographers as well for this, that the way that they interpret choreography, it's clean, it's crisp, it's nice, but it's also not too clean to the point that their identities are stripped off of them as individual artists. Like, I like that there are moments where they're just allowed to vibe, and I think that's a stylistic choice on their end as well as a group, to have these moments where it's not just all choreography, but it would have a moment where they can just vibe to the music and just also have a little bit of flexibility, versatility, liberty in the way that they're moving in a certain part of the choreography. And that translates to how they interpret the entirety of it. So, yeah. It's your from now on, there's like, if someone asks me, I'm from Southeast Asia, so I'm in between, you know, the south side and the east side. But I guess from now on, you're a bonsai, I'm a bonsai. Maybe that's our fan name now. I don't know, but yeah. Oh, I know. Ever since I performed this, okay, I've seen this a lot of times. Like, a lot is an understatement. I've just been watching this nonstop whenever I can. I just absolutely love what they did with this entire performance, but I'm still not over the little isolation thing that Sho did in this, like, before it ends. Now, and I want to take a moment to talk about this because this is like super important to me as a shotan, I guess. It's very important in a sense that as compared to when he did the choreography for Ring Ding Dong, or when he did the co-choreographed Na 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 with Kaito, he was very adamant in not presenting himself too much in the center of it all, because he feels like it would be kind of like narcissistic or selfish to put yourself in the middle of something that you choreographed yourself, something like that. So they put a lot of effort in terms of the positioning of who will be like at the center, like how they would balance out, you know, how the positioning would be like, or the blocking would be like as they dance the choreography to those songs. And to be able to have this moment right here in a song that he arranged and also co-choreographed, I think is very special in a sense that I think, and I'm not saying that this wasn't the case at all when they were in KP, but all I'm saying is right now, I think not just Sho, but Kishi and Jin, they're all in a position where they are taking a lot of autonomy in the things that they are in charge in, and they also make each other comfortable in a sense that someone can take the spotlight in a particular moment, and that doesn't take away from who they are entirely as a group or as individual members. And what I mean by that is I think right now, like, each of them are being capable of having their own thing as they do their dances, their songs, etc. But they're also encouraging each other to take credit or be at the position to showcase who they are, if they are in charge of something. You know, it's no more of like putting yourself at the back simply because you don't want to look cocky or anything like that. It's having this renewed attitude of, you can have your moment in this song because you co-produced it, you choreographed it, and that's no issue at all, because we all have our moment to shine in this song. So you can have that, you know. And I'm not sure if I'm making sense here, but I'm really like this moment right here is, I know, like, it's just, because I've always had that, like, that always stuck with me, the way that Sho didn't want to be too out there when he did the choreography for Ring Ding Dong and Na Na Na. Like, most of the quote-unquote highlights of those two songs are not centered on him per se, but having this particular moment right here for Bon, I'm like, again, I'm looking forward to knowing more in the behind the scenes of how they made this, but I feel like they're at the stage right now where they're not letting each of the other members to kind of like feel like they have to step back a bit simply because they've already done their part in this in the song or whatever. Like if you want to showcase your skills, you are the one leading us in terms of dance, choreography, and anything like that. Have your moment. You know, they're having Kishi have his moment when it comes to these, like the vocals, the way that they change up the rhythm for him in these songs, and the way that, you know, that particular moment that makes his part stand out, they're not leaving that out. Instead, they're encouraging that. With Jin as well, the way that he kind of like, they're giving him more of like these vocal moments, or moments where they can highlight the growth when it comes to his dancing and all these other things. He can have that moment, you know. There's no holding back anymore, of stepping back or anything like that. Each of them acknowledge that, and I'm not sure if, like, again, if I'm interpreting it right, but I just absolutely love that. And it's just a small moment here in this song, right, in his song, but again, considering the history of how Sho does his past productions, the way that he kind of like steps back from it a bit, and now being able to like be in this moment right here, and them talking about how they're in charge of certain songs in these moments, and therefore, you know, it allows them to really step it up, especially when it's their quote-unquote domain. I know, I really love that approach, and this small moment right here, absolutely love it, because again, it showcases Sho's dance skill. And I don't know, like, he had this moment right in this song, in this particular moment, and I highly appreciate not just him but also Kishi and Jin for allowing him to have this moment, which, yeah. So yeah, I kind of like hit my mic, that's why the camera moved. I was getting too emotional. But anyways, the expressions that they're bringing in this, like, and I've talked about this before, Jin, Kishi, always super expressive when it comes to, you know, just the vibing it out. Absolutely love that. All of them, seeing them look like they're having so much fun, and it's because they're very much involved in the production that they're doing. I absolutely love that for them. And when they released the Bond teaser, the budget is budgeting. Like, I haven't seen anything yet. I absolutely love Kishi's hairstyle so far. I keep like playing it and pausing it just to see, because of like the play of light that happened in the scene where they showed him, but he has his hair kind of like pulled back. I look horrible with that, but he has his hair pulled back. Love that. I love that Jin is in his signature kind of like tank top and jacket aesthetic. Like, he's really going for that look, and I keep seeing that, you know, it's not just their music that they're very much involved in now, but also even the style that they put out in their music videos is very more like them and fits their personal style. It's not too averted of who they are outside of these music videos, which really shows how much command they have right now when it comes to their productions. But overall, I'm just really happy when it comes to just their direction overall. Absolutely love Bond. I'm so obsessed over it. I'm super excited about a music video. You know that I'm gonna make a new video about it when the actual music video comes up, and I'm sure they're gonna come up with a choreo video as well. And I'm gonna do the same thing, dissect it, but when that happens, I can finally insert like clips here that wouldn't be censored. So I hope that you look forward to that. And again, if you haven't yet, please follow me as well on Twitter/X. I'm also on Instagram, on TikTok, in a lot of other platforms. So, and I hope that if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and you would want to hear more from me, please hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again soon in a new one. Bye!